for that is between $560 and $570.
$560. I'm telling my parents right now. What's up, guys? Z628 here. Welcome to another video of the Ford Escape. Today we're going to be actually swapping the camera on the back of the car. The camera was working a little bit better because I switched the fuse, which is actually in this box right here on the Ford Escapes 2013 through 2019. It was like I think it was like the top left one. There was a 5 amp fuse. It seemed to work a little bit more, but it still goes in and out. So the next step we're gonna do is switch the camera. So hopefully it's either some kind of connection or the camera itself that is causing the issue and not some kind of wire issue. I'm in shorts and short sleeve. You might think, oh, this is an old video. Nope, it's Thursday, December 11th. And it's like 60 degrees outside and like hot in the sun in Idaho. I don't know what the hell's going on. First step, pop a good old energy drink. Second step, go to the bathroom. I gotta take a piss. All right, order just GoPro stuff because I have to hold the GoPro because I don't have any mounts. The tripod mount broke. So now I can actually have it on my head to show you guys what I'm doing. For now, we're replacing this camera. Step 1, open the trunk. Step 2, already do some of the job before recording. All you have, fucking hit my head. All you have to do is take off this thing here using some kind of thing to take it off. I use these. This screw was already taken off on this side, so cool. But it's a T20 is what we're using. And with that, now it's just plastic being held. So now we have to take off this plastic piece here, this one here, and then this whole thing can come off. Taking the first panel off, all the clips are still there, so we're good on that. I hate taking off plastics because they become so brittle over time. Now we take off the two sides. This is like echoing throughout the neighborhood how loud these snaps are, man. And now we're taking off the main one because we got that taken off. This side was already pretty loose. You just want to do it from the outside here and then just try to find those clip points. On this side, I'm just using my little thing. Just to be able to get my fingers in there. Now we're gonna go through the inside here. There we go. And then if you have the titanium model like us, and you have that button to release the trunk, just make sure not to pull that so hard because this is hanging off in there. So you just don't wanna rip that apart. And now we're taking this part off here. So there's these 4 nuts. I believe they're 10 millimeter, and they're just through these 4 holes here. So let me grab my 10 mil. You're gonna have to use a deep socket because the screw that it's on is relatively long. And in order to get all the way in, you just have to use a long one. But easy as that, just do that 4 times. And this is the camera right here. It's right behind there, obviously on the other side. You just want to make sure that this is disconnected because if you start pulling that thing off, you'll pull everything off. So just a nice little simple connection here. Just unplug that way it's free to go. And then now close the trunk in a weird way because it's the freaking automatic ones. I hate closing these because it feels like you're just breaking the system. And this is held by a couple of clips, so you just have to kind of pull it hard, and that's where that electrical connector is going to go through. You just want to carefully take it out and throw this away because it's junk, because it's Ford. All right, I came in here because it's literally so hot, even though it's the middle of December. Standing in that sun, I'm like starting to sweat just from doing nothing. This is a very easy job. All right, so what we're gonna have to do here is just take off this little bracket holder here, Phillips screw here. We're gonna take that off because that's the camera right there. It could be the connections. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Obviously this connection's good because it sits inside, but all these like wires here, I'm just gonna clean it a little bit, and then the connector that goes into the wire, I'm gonna take WD-40 like electronic cleaner and do that. So that way when we get this guy in, it's hopefully good. And we're just gonna take this screw out. Maybe because it's so rusted. Okay, it's moving. Sorry, I can't record it good. Rusted little screw we're gonna take out, and then it's just being held by this bracket here. You just have to go, just move this cable out, and then we're just gonna put that here like that, because that's how it goes in. And yeah, that's the camera coming out. It's gonna be probably stuck a little bit in like the bracket thing here. So you just kind of pull it. There we go. Just kind of being held, and that's that. That's the camera. We're gonna unplug this sucker. Okay. And that's the camera. So the one that we bought here, I'll put in the link in the description down below. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. It was like 40 bucks. They look identical, so it will fit. It's not like it won't. But cameras are pretty cheap, like these backup cameras and like drone cameras. I know when I was like building a drone, those cameras are like 20 bucks, and they have like the wireless transmitting. It's pretty weird how cheap they actually are. And they're all made by like the same company. Like most phones use like Sony lenses, even though it's a different product. Anyways, I'm going to grab some connection cleaner and just kind of clean this up, and we'll get the new one on. Okay, so out with the old. It probably still is fine, who knows, but we're gonna put the new one on. Make sure to take off the lens cap because you won't be seeing anything if you don't take that off. So we're gonna put this guy back in, clip it in, put him through a little hole, put the bracket back on. Pretty simple. Have to make sure it's pressed on correctly, and then screw goes back in, and then it's everything just in reverse. All right, just feed that cable through before you press it all in. It's kind of hard with one hand, but just make sure to put this waterproofing seal back on correctly. Once that's sealed good, then you can put it back in. Open it up in a weird way. God, I hate opening these just because the electronic hydraulic, whatever the hell it is, compression is insane. Okay, then we just connect the cable back in. I'm going to test it out, even though if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that way I can see if it works. It's not inverted, which is good. We're gonna take it off. I'm gonna say we're gonna turn it off, but the camera looks good. It looks better than the one that was in the car, because it was working quite a bit after I changed a fuse. If this one permanently works, then we're good. But you know, it's a brand new lens. It's clean. It's not 11 years old. So that looks pretty damn good. This will make my parents happy. So we're just gonna reverse the steps, put these back on, put this back on, put those two back on, put that back on, put these screws back on with this guy here, and then put that back on. Again, if you have the titanium with the automatic thing, make sure to connect that back in or that trunk will not close. So I put these two back in just so it's being held in the proper place, and then yeah, just kind of punch it up and we're good on that. So this one, because you pull directly out, we just have to line it up. This one's like the hardest one because you can't see where the holes are, except the two side ones, but there's those 4 metal ones on there, so just don't press if it doesn't have to go in, and then yeah, clean everything after because you'll leave some marks on here. But yeah, I'm still trying to get this one in. You just have to make sure that you're going in the right way and just not forcing it. Once you feel it go in, it'll start actually going in. Let's make sure this works. Nice. I'll clean it up later. It's my parents' car. They can be patient.
Thank you for calling Corbin Service Department. How can I help?
Hi, I was just calling in to get a quick estimate of how much it would cost to replace the battery, or sorry, replace the camera on the 2014 Ford Escape.
Do you have the VIN number for the vehicle?
I do. 34.
And you want a cost to replace the camera in that vehicle?
Yeah.
Hold on just a moment. Alright, so I reached out to an advisor. He suggested I get you to the parts department to check on the cost of the part. He could tell you that the installation, the labor fee for that is between $560 and $570.
Okay,
I
perfect.
can get you to the parts department. They can let you know how much the camera costs.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you could swap me over there.
Yeah, of course. Hold on, please. Thank you.
$560.
We are sorry. There is no one available to take your call.
And there we go. $560. I'm telling my parents right now. Hey. Za ti omen $560 za ovaj posao. $560. Thank you very much. Možeš wireman pare. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna fucking charge my parents. The car hopefully is good now because that obviously worked there, but again, it was very intermittent of it working and stuff. Seems to work. It's not cutting out. Obviously that flashing is not how it looks here. It's just the camera. But yeah, okay, I would call that a success. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't know how long if the camera itself was an issue, but normally like that would have already cut out. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But we're gonna call it there. So that is how you install a camera in a Ford Escape and most cars. It's pretty much the same damn thing. Take off a couple of plastics, swap it with a new part, and call it a day. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining me on this episode. If you guys liked it, hit the like button down below. If you want to find other ways to save $560 of labor, hit the subscribe button. D6 208's out. Can't even fucking talk. I'm fucking retarded.